Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about split stays at Walt Disney World. If you are new here, hello, I am Lauren. I am a travel advisor. I specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, and Alaskan cruising. I help you prioritize what you want to get out of your vacation so you have the vacation you want, not the vacation your neighbors or friends or family say you should have. One of the benefits of working with a travel advisor like myself is I will help you with the planning and it works however you want. Do you want tons of planning, tons of help, or do you just want some help here or there? Or do you want that person to bounce off ideas because your family has no interest in talking to you about that? I have a wide range of clients that I can help. So my information is below if you are interested. But let's get into what are split stays at Walt Disney World. I do get this question a lot. And a lot of times when I'm presenting clients different resorts and they see them, they're like, well, I want to stay at these 4 different resorts. In a week, that's probably not possible. We want to try to get it down to at least 2 resorts. So basically, a split stay is when you're deciding, okay, for part of the time, I'm going to stay at one resort and then part of the time, I'm going to stay at another resort. And it depends on what your needs are, what your wants are, what it is that you're doing that will decide what 2 places you want to stay. At the end, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about it too, because split stay is not for everyone. So, with a split stay, there's different ways that you can do a split stay. Some people, this is Pop Century, which is a value resort, and they love Pop Century, but they really want to get up to that moderate resort level. A split stay allows you to kind of stretch that budget. So maybe you can stay at Pop Century for 4 days, and then it can get you to this moderate resort, a French Quarter, for the last 3 days so that you can enjoy being at Pop Century, the hustle, the bustle that a value resort will give you. And then you can kind of move to a moderate where it's a slower resort and you can kind of enjoy more of the resort amenities. Another option with a split stay is you want to stay at resorts or you want to focus on certain things during your stay. So, this is an example that this is at the Polynesian Resort. This is closer to Magic Kingdom. So, maybe for the first 4 days, you're going to do Magic Kingdom and Epcot and focus your time there. And those are the only 2 places you're going to do. You're really going to enjoy 1 or 2 days at the resort so that you get in all that great food that's at the Polynesian or even just all the resorts around on the monorail. Then you move over to Animal Kingdom, and then that's when you do Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. So it kind of depends on what it is that you want to do for your split stay. Another huge reason, and it's the main reason that I do a split stay, is when the Halloween party or the Christmas party is happening at Magic Kingdom. I want to stay almost always at the Contemporary for the night before the party and the night of the party. And I say this because the Contemporary is the fastest resort to get that you can walk to from Magic Kingdom. So I don't need to worry at the end of the night, I have to wait for a bus, or I don't have to wait for the monorail to come around and wait for that. I can come and go because I can walk from the Contemporary over to the Magic Kingdom. So I like it the night before so we can get in, we're settled, we rest that day. Then that night or evening, we go over, do one of the parties, come back that night, sleep in, and the next day I transfer over to my next resort. And it depends on what kind of vacation I'm staying at. But if you want to know it, so I can stay at the boardwalk because we're going to do Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So let's talk about how it works because it's not like a regular reservation. So step 1 is you want to figure out what is the first resort you want to stay at. or I guess the first step is, what are the 2 resorts you want to stay at? And the first resort, you have to pick what is the one you're going to start at. When you're booking that reservation, you want to book the nights. So if it's a 7-night stay, let's say I'm staying 4 nights here at the Contemporary, and I'm also booking tickets. That's what a package is, a room with tickets. I'm booking a 4-night stay package, but my tickets are going to be 7-day tickets. So you can do that. You can change the number of tickets. The days of tickets do not have to match how many nights you're staying at a resort. Okay. So while I'm staying at the Contemporary, we're going to go to Chef Mickey. I just threw this picture of my husband and myself, our first time there, way back when we were young kids. Um, and then what I'm also going to book is a room only reservation at my second hotel. Now, there's a bunch of reasons why I do that. So my tickets that I've purchased in my package with the Contemporary will be able to work my whole stay. However, in order to book this second room at a different resort, I have to book a room only reservation. I already have the tickets, so I don't need more tickets. And I don't want to separately buy tickets. I don't want 2 package reservations because your tickets will actually cost more. I'm not getting into all of that, but and now I'm moving over to the beach club and I'm going to stay there for 3 nights and I'm going to make a room reservation only there. Now, what this does affect is your dining. So the stay that you can do at the Contemporary, you can book those dining days, those first 4 days at the Contemporary. Then you're going to have to wait a couple days until your beach club reservation opens up to book the rest of your dining. So that's the biggest con I see in booking a split reservation is it does mess up your dining. You don't get the 60 days all the way plus all the days after, like all the nights that you're staying, because you're staying at 2 different resorts. So you really have 2 dining days instead. Now, we talked about this earlier, but a lot of people like to stay moderate part of their time and then move to a deluxe. So a lot of people will stay at Caribbean Beach and get their fill here and stay here a bunch of nights and then move over to the Polynesian. Now, I'm picking resorts that are not in the same area. I don't recommend doing that. Like here, the Caribbean Beach is kind of in between Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So when I'm staying at this resort, Caribbean Beach, that's when I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. And then if I'm moving to a deluxe resort, this is the Polynesian, I'm going to stay here and do Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom you can throw in wherever because either way you're going to have bus transportation. I do always recommend if you're changing you're like going from value to moderate or moderate to deluxe, you want to start at the I don't know how else to say this, the lower level resort and move up because it's really hard to go from a deluxe down to a moderate or go from a moderate down to a value resort. So you want to make sure that you factor in those things when you're planning. Now, some tips if you are doing a split stay. Make sure that you do have that package reservation with tickets as long as you're not like an annual pass holder. It does make a huge difference just with your dining. Your ticket price will be better if you book that package reservation first and then that room only at the end. Something you need to consider is you will have 2 different deposits. Your package reservation will be that $200. And then the deposit for a room only is a 1-night stay. You have to, for a deposit for a room only, it's a 1-night stay that you need to pay for. And then the rest is paid when you check in. So your package reservation, the first reservation needs to be paid 30 days in advance. Your room only is going to be paid the first night that you check in. So you also have different payments at different times. The biggest thing with split stays is you need to be okay with packing and unpacking. People with young kids, it might be way harder for you because once you've unpacked, you're done. So I often see this with older families. not older families, but families with older children that can help with the packing process, or things like that, or just people who are motivated and want to move. Um, One of the benefits of split stays is you can drop your luggage off. Like, let's say we are at the Caribbean beach. You can drop your luggage off at Caribbean beach and say, "Hey, I'm moving over to the Polynesian. Can you move our luggage?" And they will move your luggage for you. You don't know what time that luggage is going to show up. Typically, it's around 4 p.m., but it could be later in the day. So, if you really need that luggage, what I would say is I would take an Uber or Lyft with your luggage to whatever the resort is in the morning, drop your bags there, and then go to the parks or enjoy that resort while you're waiting for your room to be ready. This is a great option for a lot of reasons, but a lot of times it's to help your budget, or like I said, if you are going to a Christmas party or a Halloween party at Magic Kingdom and then you want to move over to a separate area later on. So, let me know what questions you have in the comments. I'd love to know what are your two resorts that you would choose if you were doing a split stay. My two are the Contemporary and the Boardwalk. And I normally do that for Christmas parties or Halloween parties. I didn't do it this past year and I totally regretted it. Um, so it's just so much easier. I also would do the Polynesian and Animal Kingdom. I do like just those two separate areas. They're really, really nice. That's typically some good options, but there's tons of different combinations and options. So I'd love to know in the comments what your favorite split stay would be. Again, if you can subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification so you can get updates. I'm doing a whole series about all the different resorts at Disney World. So please let me know if you have any questions or comments about those. And I will see you next time on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye.